Bitcoin just hit a fear and greed index of 5. Everyone is absolutely losing their minds right now. Retail is panic selling and posting Bitcoin is dead. Some very interesting people doing exactly, we are in a bear market. Smart money is accumulating while retail is. If history is this is a great time to be. Holy crap, guys, we just witnessed something that statistically should not happen more than once every few years. Bitcoin just hit a fear and greed index of 5, not 15, not 10, the kind of reading that made the FTX collapse look absolutely tame. And while everyone is absolutely losing their minds right now, some very interesting people are doing the exact opposite of panicking. Michael Saylor's buying, the Trumps are accumulating, and Jim Cramer just said something that actually makes sense. Can you believe it? I know, when Cramer makes sense, that's when you really need to be paying attention in the market. So here's the question. Is this the opportunity of a lifetime, or are we staring down the barrel of an extended crypto winter that's going to make 2022 look like a warm-up? Because what I'm about to show you might suggest we're at one of the most critical inflection points in Bitcoin's entire history. And the next 2 weeks, they're going to determine which way this thing goes. So let's get into it. All right, guys, quick disclaimer before we do get into today's video. If you're in the UK, USA, or UAE, please do not watch or engage or interact with my content whatsoever. Also, I am not a financial advisor. Consult your own financial advisor before you make any purchases or do anything financial wise. Let's get into the video. So Bitcoin just printed what's called a black swan event. And I'm not throwing that term around lightly, of course. We're talking about a minus 5.65 standard deviation move. Now, if you don't speak statistics, let me translate. This is the kind of move that only happens 13 times since 2010. 13 times in over 5,000 trading days. And here's the kicker. Historically, every single one of those has been followed by massive rallies. Every single one. We hit extreme fear of 5 on the fear and greed index. To put that into perspective, the FTX collapse, the one where a $32 billion exchange literally evaporated overnight, that only goes down to 12. The COVID crash, 15. We just went lower than both of those events. Lower than when the entire world was shutting down and no one knew if they would have a job next month. But here's where it starts to get really interesting. Bitcoin finished the week above $68,000. We recovered from the daily RSI conditions of 15, the same levels we saw during COVID. And we're now consolidating right around the critical resistance zone, which I literally marked on my charts before this crazy chaos happened. Now, let me show you something on the weekly chart that's absolutely crucial. We officially entered oversold conditions on the weekly time frame. This is extremely rare. Like, we're talking about something that happens once every few years in crypto. The last time this happened, June 2022, right near the bottom of the bear market. And before that, December 2018, also right near the bottom. You're literally living through one of the rarest technical setups in Bitcoin's history. And get this, we've even closed the weekly candle above the 200-week EMA. That's the exponential moving average, which basically has been Bitcoin's ultimate support level for its entire existence. Every single major bear market bottom has involved a test of this level, and we just bounced off it like it was made of titanium. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Of course, what about the 4-year cycle? Didn't we just confirm we're in a bear market? And here's where it gets spicy, of course, guys. What if, and hear me out, what if everyone ends up being right and not wrong at the same time? The 4-year cycle guys get to do their victory lap because we topped exactly when we said we would and crashed down to test major support. But then the super cycle guys also ended up being right because we just speed ran an entire bear market in 2 weeks, shook all the weak hands out, and now we're setting up for a massive rally potentially to new all-time highs. It doesn't feel like it right now, does it? That's probably exactly why it could be coming. And speaking of all the things that don't feel likely, let's talk about what's happening with Bitcoin behind the scenes. Because retail is panic selling and posting Bitcoin is dead, threads on Reddit with some very interesting people doing completely exactly the opposite. Michael Saylor, he's buying. The Trump family, they're buying. And then there's this photo circulating that we've got Trump, Ivanka, who's the one lurking in the background. Michael Saylor again. This guy is absolutely everywhere, guys. The power players are definitely gathering and they're doing something behind closed doors. Now, some people are saying that Saylor has asymmetric information. And honestly, when the son of the most powerful men of the world are accumulating Bitcoin, it's going out of style. You have to basically ask yourself, what do they know that we do not know? But here's where it starts to get absolutely wild, guys. That Jim Cramer just said on air that he heard President Trump is filing the Bitcoin strategic reserve at $60,000. Let me repeat that once again, guys. The United States government might have been buying Bitcoin during this crash at $60,000. Now, I don't know where Cramer's getting this information, and honestly, it could be completely wrong, but think about the timing here. Bitcoin crashes to 59K. We see a massive wick down that gets bought up almost instantly, and now we're hearing rumors that the US government might in fact be the buyer. Connect the dots, guys. Saylor's accumulating like an absolute madman. Trump is buying. Now, potentially the US government is filing a strategic reserve during this kind of panic. If this is true, we just witnessed one of the most sophisticated buy the dip operations in Bitcoin's history. And retail was just selling the absolute lows and panicking. Absolute classic. Speaking about buying opportunities, guys, I want to tell you about the exchanges in today's video. Link down below, I have Bybit and I have Weeks. With Bybit, if you deposit $100, you're going to get $20 for free. And with Weeks, if you deposit $100, you're going to get $25 for free. Of course, if you're in UK, USA, or UAE, you cannot access these links or do anything about that, unfortunately. However, if you're somewhere else, the links are down below and these offers are going for a limited time only. Great exchanges. Go ahead and click the links down below. So let's talk about what's happening with altcoins, because this is where things start to get very interesting over the next few months. Ethereum just set a new all-time high of active addresses. The 30-day moving average hit around 692 or 93,000, I believe. That's higher than during the peak of the last bull run. Rising activity means real demand, real usage, and real people are actually using the network. And look at this chart. We're sitting at $2,000 for Ethereum and to potential breakout of this massive consolidation pattern. We're close. I mean, honestly, we're really, really close to get an RSI trend breakout and a MACD bullish crossover. Neither has happened yet, of course, but we're right on the edge. Things are building up, of course. Tom Lee's been getting absolutely roasted on Twitter for his Ethereum thesis. People are calling him a clown, saying he's washed up, posting lost porn screenshots, but here's the thing, and honestly, it's pretty important. The trades rewrite portfolios always look embarrassing before they look obvious. Michael Burry sat on unrealized losses for absolutely years, betting against the housing market. Everyone thought he was insane. Then he was right, and he made absolutely billions. Tom Lee might be early on Ethereum. He might even be wrong, but you don't get to call long-term thesis wrong after 9 months of choppy price action. Now, Solana is down like 55-60% from all-time highs. Kyle Samanai resigned. Jim Cramer mentioned it, which is basically the kiss of death at this point. We're sitting at $83, heading back towards the key support around $70, $75. And if we get out of that box, okay, cool, we may be forming a bottom. But if that wick down to $49 is looking pretty dangerous, that's going to do some really psychological damage to holders. Here's the reality. Until proven otherwise, we are in a bear market for Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, the whole damn lot of them. I don't know what people are wanting to hear. I know YouTube's algorithm is going to punish me for probably saying this, honestly, but it's the truth. We're trading way below moving averages, way below downtrend line, and we've got major resistance overhead. For Solana specifically, that downtrend line is at $129, and we need a 50% rally just to get rejected by it again. That's basically how oversold we are. However, let's zoom out to the macro picture for just a second. This matters more than people realize. Stocks are opening red. The S&P 500 is sitting right at the 20-day EMA, and Goldman Sachs is warning that CTAs, these trend-following funds, could dump up to 80 billion in the next month if stocks keep falling. Now, here's the problem. If stocks correct, crypto is going to get absolutely nuked. We all know this. We saw it during the initial sell-off. When the S&P drops, Bitcoin drops harder. It's just honestly, it's just how it works. It's the current market structure which we have. January layoffs hit a 17-year high, and the AI unemployment crisis is definitely real and here. And it's accelerating faster than anyone expected. Look, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that everything is good. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I know what will happen next. Of course I don't. Nobody does. Anyone who tells you they do not know for certain, and if they do, they're just lying. But what I can tell you is this. We've lived through a statistical abnormality, a black swan event, the kind of fear that basically shows up in massive market bottoms, not tops. Smart money is accumulating while retail is capitulating. If history is a guide, this is a great time to be buying. Of course, guys, none of this is financial advice. And of course, guys, always do your own research before buying anything. And please, if you're in the UK, USA, or UAE, please do not engage or click any links with my content. Thanks so much for watching today's video, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.